坏掉了是吗？
我没有，不在。
然后已经开始了。
没关系，给您先加点时间。
凑点时长，还能再睡一会儿吗？
好了吗？好，往后站一点，看不到你的脸。
好呀。
再站一点，好，这样子。
大概这个位置是吧？行，那你往这个红的方面来包动。
好。
Hello everyone, today I will show you some basics like the floating tables and adjustable tables and some workstations. First, we will study from the floating table. As we know, the floating table will help you manage the space and saving your rooms for some training or outdoor activities and make your office room more clear and tidy. So let's study from this type. This is the small size floating table for the small office use or outdoor activities. The floating structure was a locker with the beam and the locker fixed on the tabletop. The beam will help manage the locker with the trigger. And you floating the tabletop, trigger will lock with the beam and the table is more steady. And this is a very simple and reliable structure. This structure was cheap and reliable. As you can see, there is no support arms and no the straight beams, only two half rectangular structure. These two structures will combine to the whole support arms and the locker was fixed under the tabletop. So you can see that there was two structures, the locker and here the floating structure. This structure was hanging on the leg, the plume. As we can see, the plume was rectangular, but we also have the triangle, the round options. So this structure was easy to install. There is only two screws to fix to hang the whole tabletop. And this one was small size type, so it can be only support for 1 meter to 1.5 meter. So if you want some very large size tabletop, this one will be a bit small for the structure. And this, you can see there's wheels under the tabletop. This plume was fixed and was connected with the feet, and the feet we can see is same as other table like the adjustable table feet. It was universal type, and we add the wheels with locker. So when you're using the table, you just lock the wheels. Then the table cannot move. It will help to when you're writing on the table or putting something on the table, so it will be more steady to avoid some accidents from flooding or other dangerous things. So this glove you can see here was the screw. So you only release these two screws, you release the tabletop. And the tabletop was using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tab screw to fix it. And then the structure was the whole solution. It is very easy to release and to install and release it. So that makes the package will be a bit smaller. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4 parts, 5, maybe 5 included the wheels. So the 5 parts you will receive the package, and then you find the 5 parts in the package. So install the wheels on the bit and install the tabletop with the beam. Then connect the beam with the bit through this gloom. This gloom will connect the top and the bottom. Then you will connect the whole table. This table also can be combined when you storage the table. So 2 tables will be combined together with the neck pads side of the tabletop. So it's like a locker, another kind of locker. These 2 tabletops can be locked together. Then you will get a long tabletop, maybe 3 meters, 4 meters. It's okay. And here you can see on the gloom there are 2 screw holes. We have developed 4 holes for the modest panel. If you want to add on the gloom, it is okay. So it's optionals. This tabletop, we're talking about the tabletop. Actually, this one can be set from 16 millimeter to 25 millimeter. So our suggestion was 20 is enough for the tabletop, and it will have a good performance on 20 millimeters. So you can see this table is very easy to loading, and because there is a locker, the locker with a trigger, and there is a hole for the trigger. It's very simple design, and this only using the screw to connect with the tabletop. About the color, this is white color with matte finish. Also, we can have the polished brush and black color, silver color. All can be accepted for the standard color. If you want some special color, you can use the raw coat. All the color we can do was based on the raw coat. About the wheels, yes, about the wheels. The wheels can be option for small size. The medium size will be, maybe the dimension was 6 centimeter, and this one was 8. It will be much bigger to make it steady to move and turn around easy. So it was make it easy for like girls it's easy to remove the table with only one hand. This screw coming from here, and we have a plastic cap, over here, and to hide all the screws on the structure. You will never see any screw on that, except this one. There is a screw to throw the tabletop. And this model, the bit also can be option. This one was universal with the rectangular high depth table. It's the it's the same structure, and actually this one was a bit heavy for the bit because it's all the metal material. And also you can using another type to fix the different kind of the plume, maybe the rectangle, the triangle plume, where you are using flash, or a round corner type for the bit to have it as the client wishes. Okay, let's finish about this. For this one, big size table. This table can do over 1.8 to 2.2 meter. This is very large tabletop, and the structure will be different from the current one. You can see much difference from this one to the moving one. This structure was very simple, only the trigger and the locker with the beam. It's a very simple design. But this one will be complicated from that one. There are two locking structures. Each table will have a two locking structure and two floating structure. It's also the same design from that one. The feet, the plume, but this one has the beam. And on the beam there are support arms, locker structures, and the locker structures, support arms. There are two structures for each support arm and local structure to make it where it is. It's maybe heavy and strong for the overall beams. And this beam can be adjusted. There are tubes and the middle tubes. You can adjust the tubes on the middle tubes. So screw to fix the beam, make it never shake. And this structure using the same locker. Here you can see the locker structure and the support arm was using the same connectors. The connector was universal for this wall, and you can hang on the support arms and hang on the locker also. And also this structure is the floating structure. But when you block the table, you need to hold the two structure at the same time, pull out, push it to the top. It will be blocked. For this room, actually, is all the universal for this and the laminar and the high gas table. It's all universal structure. The room was universal, yes. And the beam, this beam will be much simple from our other workstations. As we know, the workstations will be using the connectors and the beams and to make sure that very strong structures. So we have some the inner tubes to make it can be adjusted. But this one only using screw. 4 screw with the beam to the plume and make it together. This also can be adjusted. Maybe the tabletop is very warm, the weight of the tabletop is larger, so you can adjust this to change it large size to support the whole tabletop. And this structure, see, there is a limited pin to limit the pulling trigger. Then there's another screw to fix the trigger on the tabletop. The trigger was slide on the fixed pin. Then this pin will help stop the trigger. Without it, the trigger release the locker. Then the table can be blocked. But pulling out the trigger will fix the locker. Then limit the locker from the floating structure. And this all using the tap screw to fix on the tabletop. But if you want to have the nuts in the tabletop, it is okay with us. And you can see the fit is different from this one, and because this fit was a flat fit with different shape. You can see the shape is very different from that one. About the screw, yes, about the screw. From that one, the current one. Here, there is no screw you need to like. You only need to fix the screw with the tabletop. The tap screw, so you needed some electrical tools to help you fix the screw, and this structure was completely installed in our factory. Then when the clients receive the package, you open the box, you find that what is all installed. And we accept the plume. Yes, the plume will be the plume you will need to install the fit with the plume. This fit will be you will need to install it with the plume, and this structure was using 4 screws, same size. The stainless screw with the Allen key will have the screw back, and the tools in the box. When you receive it, you need to install the fit. Then using the electrical tools to cut the screw. Then the tabletop will be connected. Then you have the table. It's very easy, not difficult. But this one will have more screws. We're using all the same size screw for the installation, so you don't need to recognize that which one is for the base, which one is for the beams, and which one is for the tabletop. There is only one kind of screw, loading the base, the beam, and the body structure. We are using the same structure. So we receive this package. We will need to install the fit. It was the basic options. The fit can install connect with the beam. You need to install the beam. The cross beam was 3 stages. Outside plume, then you have an inner plume inside. So it makes the tabletop beam can be adjusted to fit different size of tabletop. Here, it's 4 screws connected with the plume, and this side is the same. 4 screws connected with the plume. Then you will have the basic structure for the table, but it still can be floating. You need to install these connectors, these 4 connectors. There is no strictly limited positions for the beam to connect with the connector. Connector you can put it, set up it as wish as you want. Maybe this one you can set at the end, this one you can set in the middle. It is okay with the structure, but you can't set it in the middle zone, because this one was not ending the whole floating options. it don't join the mission. And this one will have block. Setting the table top with the connector first. Then you will have the table can be blocked. That is the process which make the basic fixed table to floating table. Then you have the floating table top, but you still need a locker. Because when the table was floated, we needed a locker to help the structure, make it steady. This locker was installation from the support arm with the locker and the trigger. The trigger slide on the support arm. This part was installation when you receive the cargo. So just take it from the box, then install with the connector, then connector with the tabletop. You have the locker. Then the table can be loaded and the locker. So when you're using the table, you will need two hands together. Pull the trigger from the tabletop. That is the homework project for this product. It's also same as that one. There are locker wheels. The locker can be locker. There's also another trigger in the wheels. Pull it up, pull it down. Pull down, it is locker. And the release where it can be moved. The whole structure was the metal material. It's all metal material with the whole side, the whole product. Except the tabletop, it is with Here is talking about the adjust beam. This beam can be adjusted from 1.2 to 1.8 meter. And the structure, the maximum size was 1.8 meters, so that can support the tabletop up to 2.2. 2.2 meter tabletop with 20 millimeter tabletop. So that is why we don't suggest to using the 25 millimeter because it will make the whole tabletop too heavy, and this will have damages on the floating structure, make it tight, the metal tire. This floating structure using two screws each side, here and here. There are two screws to make this to handle the floating structure to make it can be floated very easily. There are two side screws to remember two sides. And this adjust, there are 6 centimeter to centimeter space to adjust the beam. Okay, let's finish about this one. You will see one difference from the gloom. This gloom was rectangular shape, and this gloom don't have the feet to release from the gloom because it was connected together. It was entire the gloom with the feet. cannot be removed, and you don't have to install the feet because there is no screw under the feet. And these wheels is universal with each other products, all the same size and the same screw and the same locker. This structure will be much heavy and much steady for the tabletop because there is no screw on it. So it will be an entire structure. And this locker also different from that one. There is 2 triggers under the tabletop. Actually, it's still similar from the current one because you have tabletops, the support arm, 2 support arm, and 2 floating structure. Here, floating structure. But we made these 2 triggers with a round tool. When you adjust the structure, the beam, it also there is 3 stages. 2 small beams with a long round tube to inside the tube. It can be slit and adjust the length. It's also the same size, 6 centimeters can be adjusted and support the tabletop from 1.2 to 1.8 and up to 2.2 meters. Here, you only need 1 hand. 2 triggers. It's very easy to option on that. And that one you need 2 hands to release together. This beam can help you to release 2 triggers together and make it easy to plug the tabletop. It is also the same. There's 4 screws to make the beam with the glue. And you can see this glue is much bigger size and also made of metal, very heavy but steady. You can see the locker. It's the same structure with 2 pins on that, and the pins falling through the locker, it will be locked. Then you pull trigger, the pin release from the locker. Then it can be released the tabletop. This table may be used in the training room and some large living rooms. You can use it like that. Actually, we don't suggest to using this product outside. The outdoor will have many damage on the metal parts, and this structure was much complicated from the locker. The locker is very easy. There are only triggers, lockers, need to get together. But this, they will have the pulling trigger and the floating structures and the springs to retain the trigger. This product also can be have the mounts in the table inside the tabletop. It is the basic product from the basic product from of the basic structure. We also can be adjust and maybe custom some different size and alloy structures. You can see this is white and this is silver color. Matte finish. The matte finish will help the product to have maybe looking expensive and good touching that make people feel good on the touching. This just the structure was is the same as the current one. 4 screw and a pin to throw the connectors with the floating structures. A pin to throw that thing can be float with a pin. And it's also very easy to remove it because the wheels will help you to steering I want to do is the table. Two tables can be stored together to save your space. That is another very big advantage with the floating table. The floating table can be storage very with small size. It's ongoing size because the tabletop can be float, and you don't need much space to store it. Or it's inside the wall, it will be okay with that. After the floating table, let's introduce you something like the high adjustable table. This high adjustable table this is a basic high adjustable table with overglued and die-casting aluminum die-casting feet. It is a very basic Dorel motor and the three-stage high adjustable table. As we know, except the Dorel motor, we also have the single motor. And the single motor may be accepted more because it has the same performance and good quality and cheap price. Let's study it from the Dorel motor because the high adjustable table was also developed from the single motor, the Dorel motor. You can see the oval shape is our advantage, or it make us different from the others in the market. You can see it is a wand shape and tower type. The big tube on the bottom and small tube on the top. Then this tube was fixed when the table was up and down. This tube never moved, and this will be up and down and active in the tube. It is different from the tunnel type because the tunnel type you have the small size at the bottom and the big tube at the outside. Then the small tube was fixed with feet. As we know, the feet different never join the active when the table was up and down. It would be the outside tube join the whole activities. This feet was die-casting aluminum material because we want to do something different from the market, and the metal material was very heavy for the feet, and will make the whole table very heavy and hard to remove and hard to deliver. But aluminum material will reduce the weight about half weight from the metal material. This control panel provides 4 position for memory position. Because when we're using the table, it's wrong when you stand, you sit and you stand. You will have 2 positions to fit yourself higher. When you sit, you can using the seat position. Just pull the bottom of the table and it will be move automatically into the position. And pull another bottom, the table will going up, fit your standard height. Why we have another two bottom that is over a sharing office prepared? Because as we know, an employer will never sit on the workstation or stay at the table for the whole day. There is only maybe for example, an employer working 8 hours per day, but maybe there is only half time, only 4 hours he will stay with the table. Then to saving the tables and saving the rooms, also saving the costs, maybe we only need the half quantities of tables because it is it is unnecessary for each one to have a table for the whole working day. We only need the half time and maybe another one using the table. They will need the same two bottom seat position and the stand position. So we prepare one table for two employers. These tables, the minimum position to the highest position, it was 65 centimeter to 1.3 meters. The minimum position it is never used without using maybe some teenagers and younger children were using the lower position because the higher will be a bit lower. As a standard position, the 75 centimeter is a standard position for the office desk. So it will be included in the structure, the stroke. And the tallest position will be 1.3. It avoids some employers who are very taller, so you will need a very higher tabletop for it's working. And this we also have the cable management to management the power cord. As we know, all the electrical tabletop and the high transport table will need a cable to supply the power. Then it can be adjusted. The power is very important for the cable. Except the power, the tabletop will be no meaning. When the cable joins the system, you must need a power supply. So that's why we have this cable management to management the power cord. And also, except the table itself, you will need the desktop power, maybe a socket, maybe another kind of power charger, or some other device using the electrical power. So it's all can be these products all can be management cable with the cable, the umbilical. This umbilical can fit 6 to 10 cables, the standard to 14 AWG cable. So it is American standard. Maybe for the Chinese standard, it's 10 cables in the umbilical. So it will make it very tidy and clean from under the tabletop. That is another advantage of our high transport table. And this monitor arm also can be connected with the power socket. As you can see, the power socket was connected in the globe, and the globe was connected with the support arm. So some people may ask why we have the high adjustable table, why we still need the monitor. That is because the high adjustable table will help protect your neck. When you stand, your neck will have relax for your muscle and make your neck straight to avoid some neck areas. but this is help protect your eyes. When the laptop or the screen on the tabletop, even the tabletop was adjusted higher, but your eyes was still looking down to the tabletop, because the tabletop cannot up to your head. So your eyes was still looking down on that, the low position. So maybe since the time getting longer, your neck will be hurt and your eyes will be hurt. The screen monitor arm can rise your screen and make your eyes looking straight, the straight direction, not the lower position, maybe the straight position, and help your neck on straight to help protect your neck and your eyes to avoid some issues from the obvious illness and others. This support arm can support 19 inch to 72 inch for the office screen. The power socket provide USB outlets.
你们看没事。
Okay, except this individual table and the single table, we also have the workstation options for the high transport table. The workstation is mount on these feet, then glue directly to the ground, as shown in the figures. In this position, you can see the workstation we have the glue to the ground directly here. It's directly to the ground and no feet under the table. And this one, it will have the feet to support the fulcrum, because the workstations at least have fulcrum to make it a steady structure directly to the ground. But this one, there are only two fulcrums. It must need the feet to make it fulcrum to 4 points to the ground. And the base screw can be adjusted. The base also can be adjusted for maybe the floor was not brushed. You can adjust the screw to make it steady. This individual table can under the screen like this. The PP material is fabric covered. The screen will have divided the two positions and make it pricey. For the speed we can adjust maybe from 30 millimeter to 40 millimeter. It all can be adjusted, but usually the client will need it really go very fast, up and down very fast. And maybe 40 millimeter will be set more on the market. Small clients like it going fast. This one was three-stage, three-stage structure, and we also have two-stage. Actually, as we know, the more stages it has, the more unsteady it has, because more stages it will have connected space between the plume. You have more space, then it will shake up and down. One, two stage shake, three stage shake together, two stages shake. So the two stage was much steadier than the others. That is why we suggest many clients using the two-stage table to even they can saving the cost for the plume. And the cable management under the tabletop, you can see is different from others. Maybe more, some more clients will to prefer the two beam with the support arm. We can see it was four plume, two beam, and cross two support arm to support the whole table. But we using the different structure. We have three stage, two end beam, and one cable tree in the middle, and all the cable through the cable tree, then two support arm to help support the tabletop. It also can be adjusted, and you have screw four. We have four positions for different size. So the size can be 1.2 to 1.8. That is tabletop size, because the higher adjustable table, we don't suggest to using 2-meter tabletop. It is too big for the plume and the electrical motors. The motors can support 120 kilogram for the load. But if the tabletop is too big, and it will taking the load from the motor, it is unpositive for that to support the tabletop on much hard model. So it is positive to have a small size and to create a space on the desktop. Also, it can be 90 degrees here. I have one leg, one plume here, three plumes moving together, and there are beams to connect the structure, and it will create a large size, desktop size, to have working in the tabletop. This desktop power unit was different from the standard. There are no screw in the plastic housing, all plastic. I'll show you some actual samples. This one was American standard. We call it iPanda. The iPanda have three power sockets, three AC outlets, 1, 2, 3, three outlets. The NE20. So the 3 pin and the 3 outlets. You can have 3 electrical devices on that. This USB port can support 65 watt 65 watt power for fast charge and supercharge. It can charge your cell phones, tablets, and even the laptops. Most of the laptops can be support from this port, the Type-C port. It's up to 65. But this USB-A port, the A port only have 45. They also support the fast charge, but cannot faster like this Type C, because the Type C was the PD term, and this was not the PD term. This is a PD and QC universal term. Also, you can see there is another logo on that. It was not our company logo. It was QI certificate. Here was a wireless charger. You will never see that there is a wireless charger, but it can be wireless charging your phone and other device. Put your phone on the top, then the wireless charger will work. There is also a sugar protect. The bottom can protect the whole electrical cables and the inner components from the protect the sugar. When it's a suddenly voltage crash, maybe cut off the power, then get it back current, and suddenly the ampere will be crushed the components. This will help protect the components. And you can see there is an angle shape. And this was top size, top plastic, and the bottom connect together with 5 screws, connect it together. This Type C, actually maybe in 2024, the Type A will be cancelled for most area like the Europe and America. For many areas, it will be cancelled the Type A ports, but it still have a big market for some current products, because maybe this port can be cancelled, but some clients, maybe most of people were still using that. It can't be cancelled immediately because it will still have market on that. More products also will need this port. It will have some time, maybe year, 2 years, 3 years, cancel it step by step. Then people will accept the Type C port, the C port. And more people accept that, then Type A will be cancelled. But it was only 1 year for this port live, and this live only 1 year. So maybe in 2 years after 2024, so this will be never seen. So that is why we are developing some new products only have the Type C port. They don't need the USB-A and such like the USB-B was never popular on the market. And the cable. For the cable, our standard was 1.72, 1.7 at 2, yes, 1.7 meter. 1.7 meter for that. This can be using for the standard plug, and very strict on that. But if you want another size of the cable, it can be custom for us, because we're developing the cables in our own factory. So we want 1.8, 2 meter, even 3 meter. It is okay with us. We can custom it for you. And this will be based on the tabletop with a C clamp. It was not just on the tabletop, because it will move, and you will need a C clamp under the structure, and then clamp the screw to fix it on the tabletop. Also, you can fix them with this, the chrome, and the monitor arm, the power socket, these products connecting together with the room and this base. But this type will have more product like the monitor arm. It is depends on the clients. If they need the monitor arms, that will be great. If they only need the power socket, you can using the C clamp to fix it. Back to the basic type. The current one was 65 voltage supercharge, and this one will only have 18. It is a standard type for most clients can be accepted because maybe more and more people will like the Apple device like iPhone. iPhone only have 20 watts because the fast charge cannot stand the large current instantly. So this is also 3 AC, and USB port A and USB port C. It can be option with the clients like this. This is what we're talking about. The C clamp and the screw. The screw will fix the tabletop here, then tighten the screw to fix the clamp. You can see is an oval shape. That is why we call this product just the oval. And this was aluminum housing and with the ABS cap for the front panel and the side cap. This can be removed, and you will see there is also no screw on that. This one and the 65 power charge supercharge, we have the American standard, only the American socket. If you want the Europe socket, UK socket, or Australia type, you will use this one. This one was also, this one only 2 AC outlets, but this one has 3. It is a difference for different markets. In America, some people still prefer to using this kind of the power socket to supply the power, but in the future, not very far future, we were using this kind of Type C port for most of our device. That is why we also developing only the USB port, 65, 67, and the 100 watts. There is only have the USB port. Even you only have the USB-C port to provide the power for any kind of device, because in the future maybe all the kind of electrical device will support the USB power. Also, we can print the logo on that. You can see the logo can be printed.
这样，59秒，59，稍微熬一下时间吧。
干嘛？
它57耶。
哪57啊？不是10点、11点了吗？
哎呦。
哦，时间啊。
那随便再报了。
再报多少？
Okay, this is all the products we want to introduce with you. Let's review the product from the floating table. This is the floating table, and 3 different options for the single locker. This option we have the trigger with the button, and this structure with 2-hand trigger. This 2-hand trigger also can be connected with the tool to make it one hand also. You can option the trigger with only one hand. Easy to install and options. Then is height adjustable table. This height adjustable table was basically the overflow and The overflow can be connected with workstations with the leg rails, like the workstations will want to have the feet and the groom will directly to the ground. Then finally we introduce the power socket. The power socket have different type of options like the EU type and the Europe type, Australia type, UK type, also the American type. But American type will want to have this kind of shape. It will have different different plastic housing, like the oval shape eye panda. And also the American type will have 3 AC outlets, and others only have 2. This is the difference.
啊？
哦，看到了，59分钟了，59分钟了，差不多了。
差不多59了。差不多。Okay, this is all the products we want to show you today. Please subscribe to our channel and we will send you the catalogs for more discussions. Thank you everyone. Bye bye. 1个小时06秒。直接退出。结束。
有人来了吗？
有，插了一个。